Okay, so these are the last prototypes that I have to show you. These are the prototypes for the 5810 and 5820. And let me give you a little backstory before I show you these. Blackberry had great success with the previous pager models, and they were ready to move to the international market. But the pages only worked in North America. Datatech and Mobitex technology didn't work internationally, so they decided to move to the GSM and GPRS technology because that was on the rise. So they came up with this device right here, which is basically a copy of the 957, which is this one right here. And as you can see in the prototype, actually in the photos from the FCC, all this information is from the FCC website. In the photos from the FCC that was submitted by Research in Motion, the prototype actually had this housing, the housing of the 957. So 957. But later on, they put the Blackberry logo here, and the sticker was here at the bottom. And yeah, the code name for this was R1900G14. It's hard to see there at the back. And for because this is the 5810, and for the 5820 it was the R900/1800G214, and this actually tells you the frequency that the device was working on. This was on 1900 megahertz for the North America market, and this was on 900 and 1800 megahertz for the European market. It was called in the manual, in all the documents, the device name was Blackberry Wireless Handheld. That was it. And because of these numbers at the back, in Europe this was known as the R900 model. The first schematics for the 8510 was submitted to the FCC on the 24th of April 2001, and the document states that all the testing on this was done by Ultratech Engineering Labs between the 22nd and 25th of March 2001. And if you read the manual, the primary use of this device is stated to be email and personal digital assistant. Now, whenever you read an article about this device, they always say, oh yeah, the development was so rushed by Research in Motion that they forgot to put earpiece and microphone, because this is actually the very first Blackberry smartphone, the one that had a SIM card inside right here. Before this, it was only pagers. With this one, they had a SIM card. But to make phone calls you had to put headphones there, otherwise you couldn't make phone calls. But if you read the prototype manual, it doesn't even say anything about phone calls. It's all about email, text, messaging and all that, but nothing about phone calls. The only thing that's mentioned there is on the safety section. It says that if you have a pacemaker, if the phone comes with a voice capability, use the headset opposite your pacemaker so the radiation doesn't interfere with your pacemaker. But apart from that, there's absolutely no mentioning of any phone capabilities. So because of that, the FCC sent a message to Research in Motion asking, so what exactly is this device? And the reply was, the Blackberry handheld is primarily a data device with voice capability via headset as an added feature. So they only used the SIM card's network, the GSM network and GPRS internet connection to push emails here and messages. They didn't really focus on the phone calls, but they did put this, just in case anyone wanted to use the phone app. So it's not like they really rushed it and forgot to put that there. That wasn't really that important in the first place. And the manual is dated 18th of January 2001, and it says that it complies with US version 2.0.13, so that's really, really early. These were the very first devices to have a Java-based OS. All the prototypes before, they were all in C, the operating system. They switched to Java here, and they kept it on Java till Blackberry OS 10 came out. I think it was 11 years later. So they really stuck with Java. And the FCC, again, really concerned about the radiation levels of this, and made Blackberry state clearly in the manual that the device should only be carried with the holster. And because if you put it in the belt clip, it's away from your body, and you shouldn't carry it in your pocket because it's too close, and the antenna here gives out radiation. And what else? On 27th of July 2001, Research in Motion released new test results because they had to make small changes in the antenna design to accommodate a new battery and LCD that they put in. They switched from Toshiba batteries to GS Melco Tech batteries, and Epson's LCDs were replaced by Samsung LCDs. Yep, they had Samsung screens in here. But then on 26th of September 2001, Research in Motion sent another letter announcing further changes to the antenna and radio to reduce the radiation levels, and new test results were submitted. And the device was finally released in March of 2002. And if you look, this is the official release. This is the 5820. That's the 5810 released in March, and in September they released the 5820 for the European market. And this was released first for O2 in the UK. You can see here it says BT Cellnet for the UK, but since they made this prototype, the company actually changed its name to O2. So it ended up being the sticker here for the official one said O2. And they also changed the alternative key here. You see on the prototype it's got that orange one there, the same as on the 957, but on the final release they just switched it to alternative there. And in 2004, in October 2004, they released the 5790 model, which is basically 957 pager, but with Java OS on it and just better specs, 16 megabytes of memory, a better processor, because people still used pager technology, but they just needed an upgrade, so they just released that. But it's really, really rare. Only a few were made. Wasn't really that popular. So yeah, let's turn these on. Is that? You have to press that there. No. think the battery is dead on this one. Alright, let's switch this one on. Yeah, I can see the logo there. Why did they change that? It looks so much nicer. Now on the official release you just get the hourglass. You got rid of this Blackberry logo here. And another difference, you see this SIM card slot here. On the official release that's black. That's very insignificant, but it's still a difference there. But apart from that, exactly the same, just stickers here at the back, a little bit different. And if you look here, you may have heard of these golden pin numbers, is what they call them. I've read stories about really rich people in the Emirates wanting a pin number with a sequence of numbers like that, like 0000, and paying lots of money just to get their hands on that. I don't know why, maybe they just wanted to have a cool pin number. And since this was a prototype, you can tell, you can look at the pin, you can see it was one of the first ones ever made, because F4, I think this is the like a production code. So this one's F6, this is the final release. There's an F6 there, and this one has a E45 there. But the production number, this may have been the second one, I don't know. And another thing I wanted to show you here, because I went through hundreds, I mean really hundreds of these, restoring them, fixing them, etc. But I've never found any software on any of them apart from the official OS. And this must have belonged to developers, because they have some apps on here. Apps and games, and I'll show you that right now. See, this one's got a phone there, phone app. Flying logos. Yeah, I think this was just to demonstrate the capability of the device, because in the software, in the official OS, there's no moving bits, there's nothing there, no animation or anything like that apart from the loading hourglass. So this was probably just a demonstration. Snake game. Wait, I think you can use the keyboard. I can't remember what the keys. What happened? Yeah, so it's Snake for a Blackberry. Oop. Yeah, you get the idea. Sokoban. Yeah, sim controls. Oh no, I ruined it. Yeah, Sokoban. Memory Man. M up and down. Up and okay. Yeah, I'm not sure what. Oh yeah, all right. Yeah, I'm not sure how to play this one. Yeah, no, I don't know how to play this game. Space Invaders. It's same as the other copies of Space Invaders I've seen on the 95.7. You can only shoot once at a time, so it's really slow. Alright. Golf scorecard. No, this is not golf, you just, keep the score on it. Yeah. I think there was another game or two on this one, but doesn't have any battery right now. Let's see the OS version. Yeah, you see there it says May 28th. So this was like a beta version. Was not an official release, and if you click on status here, it's 0.9. So beta OS. I'm not gonna try to update the software on this because the same as the other prototypes that I have, it's probably gonna break it. Because if the hardware inside is different, it's just gonna end up with a blinking red light there. I will open them up and see what's inside. I will compare them to the official release here to see if there's any hardware difference, any obvious ones anyway. And I will post them on Blackberry. I will put a link below with photos of the insides of this one. I'm not gonna open the 5810 because I don't have another 5810 to compare it with, but I will open the 5820 and look inside. Right, another thing to show you. I have I think this is a 957 or 857. I'm not sure because it doesn't have the sticker here. I don't think this was a prototype, but it's a very early version of OS anyway, because you can see here the signal and battery values are in numbers instead of the graphic. And see, the OS is 2.6. You can't find that anymore anywhere. Really early version. And it's got only 5 megabytes of memory. The official release has 8 megabytes. So maybe a prototype, I don't know. There's no way of knowing because there's no sticker or anything like that saying it's a prototype. Another thing to show you before I end this video is I've got this sealed copy of the developer program for the 950 and 957 or 850, 857, and I'm not gonna open it because I found a copy of the SDK online. I posted it on Blackberry. I'll put a link for that as well if you're interested. And there's a copy of that there and some programs and some games for the 957 there. But it's it's a cool thing to have. All these things were donated to me by Mr. Caspan. He's got a great website, like a database of every Blackberry ever made. I will put a link to his website in the description. You should check that out. It's really good, very informative, tons of stuff there, and pictures and information, everything. And yeah, I think that's all. Thanks for watching.